Good day and welcome to the United Development Company Q3 2020 results conference call. Today's conference is being recorded. At this time, I would like to turn the conference over to Roy Thomas. Please go ahead.
Hello everyone. This is Roy Thomas from QNB Financial Services. I want to welcome everyone to United Development Company's third quarter 2021 financial results conference call. On this call from UDC, we have Maher Omar Naim, the Executive Director of Financial Planning, and Karim Farhat, the Financial and Business Planning Director. We will conduct this conference call with management first reviewing the company's results, followed by a Q&A. I will turn the call now over to Maher Naim. Go ahead, Maher.
Yes. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is all right. Just want to give you a small introduction and a brief about the results of United Development Company for the first 9 months of the year 2021. The company has achieved a 1.6 billion revenue as compared to 849 million of last year, same period last year, with an increase of 90%, which led to the net profit to be recognized, where we have recognized the net profit of 207 million compared to 123 million of the same period in last year, with an increase of 68%. While the net profit attributable to the equity shareholder of the company reached to 179 million compared to 96 million, with an increase of 87%, and the earning per share stood to 0.051 compared to 0.027, with an 88% increase. This is the financial results of the company in a very short and summarized manner, and want to keep highlighting that UDC is working with the full speed to complete its development project as planned, and to overcome if any issues with the development activities, which currently we don't have any major issues that stops the development projects, and hopefully everything will be as planned. Considering the market now, it seems the market is a bit recovering from the corona impact, the pandemic impact, and hopefully let's hope towards the beginning of 2022 all of us will forget what corona is and life will be back to normal from an economical, business, social life on an overall perspective. And our revenue has increased significantly. This is mainly due to the substantial handover of units related to Al Muttahida Tower, where this is our residential tower where it has been completed, and the handover have started from Q2 2021, which led to the increase in the residential sales revenue. I leave the floor to you. Should you have any question, myself and Karim will be able to answer all the questions.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, please signal by pressing star followed by 1, and it's star 1 if you wish to queue for a question. We'll pause for a brief moment to allow everyone an opportunity to signal for questions. We'll take our first question from Mohammed Adel of Faisal Investment. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Thanks for taking my question. So my question is on the utilization or occupancy rate for the investment portfolio. So how much is residential? What is the occupancy rate of the residential, and what is the occupancy rate of the commercial portfolio? Thank you.
The question was not, the voice was breaking. Did you hear it clearly, Karim? I was not able to hear it clearly.
No, something occupancy.
Yeah. Okay. Can you repeat the question?
Can you hear me right now? My question is on the occupancy rate. So how much is the occupancy rate of the residential investment portfolio, and how much is the occupancy rate for the commercial portfolio?
Well, the occupancy rate within the standard norm, and it is within the current market situation. It's considered acceptable. We are not far from other real estate developer, taking into consideration the supply and demand and the oversupply in the market. But our occupancy is very much considered acceptable on an overall basis.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Once again, that is *1 if you wish to queue for a question. *1. And it appears, apologies. We will take our next question from Zahib Pervez of Al Rayan Investment. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Thank you, gentlemen, for the presentation. So in the presentation, you have your projects about which includes Porto Arabia, Medina Central, but I don't see the Mutahida Towers leasing portfolio here. I thought 240 units had to be leased out. Is that still not leased out, or you have not included in the presentation? What's the update on that?
It is. We have started, but it's in the very early stage. That's why we have not included it. Maybe for the Q4 it will be included accordingly.
So do you have any, what is the current leasing rate, I mean the occupancy rate of those 240 units?
There's still
it's still under, we are in the process of leasing it, because we were concentrating on the sale and the handover to our client. So hopefully the leasing will be materialized toward the Q4 of the year 2021. And inshallah, we will hope it will be within the acceptable range.
Okay. And on the handovers, so has everything been handed over, or some units are still to be handed over?
Not all, but you can say a substantial number has been handed over.
Okay. My last question is, considering you have 5.5 billion in projects going on, how much debt from now on do you require to complete these projects?
All the debt and the funding is already secured. So for all these development projects, so before we start the project, the funding is secured accordingly. So whatever is remaining will be remaining for the value of work yet to be executed.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to have.
Yeah, so no additional debt will be taken for the 5.5 billion list of projects.
So your current debt is 4.482 billion at the end of September 30th.
That's the outstanding amount.
No more debt will be taken. No more debt will be required for the completion of the project.
There will be more utilization outstanding. Yes, there will be.
But the funding is secured.
Yeah.
I just wanted to understand how much more debt you will have to take. It's secured. I understand it's secured, but I just wanted to know how much you will have to take to complete the project.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than this. If you go to our financial statements, you will see each debt that we have, or each each banking facility that we have. You would figure out what is our limit on each. But this is being the 4.4 billion is it's a summation of multiple debts. Some of them are being repaid as we draw down, so the level will almost stay the same. And go up slightly, so you need to take into consideration our repayments from our mature projects. Not all of them. The 4.4 billion is not all for new projects. Some of them are for existing projects and corporate facilities. So the level of debt on debt to equity ratio, if you want to look at it going forward, I think this is a better way to present it. And currently we are, I believe, at 40%, and which is, we still have leeway over there, but nothing majorly significant that will go above unless we embark on a new project accordingly.
Yeah, sounds good. I have other questions, but I'll get into the queue and ask later. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll move on to our next question from Mohammed Adel of Al Faiz Investment. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Hi. So I have another question on did UDC sign any agreement with the government for leasing its investment portfolio during the World Cup or before the World Cup? Because I remember back then last year there was news that the government will be leasing some of the investment properties from the real estate developers here in Qatar. Thank you.
Inshallah. As all other major developers in the country doing this, UDC is not an exception to this, and inshallah things will be materialized, and hopefully we will be able to lease a certain number of our residential units to the Supreme Committee.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And we'll move back onto our next question from Zahid Pervez of Al Ryan Investment. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Thank you, gentlemen, again. There's an income tax that was charged in the third quarter. What is this related to, this income tax?
As the note specifies it is in note number 25, if I'm not mistaken. It's some of it, majority of it, it's a capital gain tax due to the acquisition of minority share in one of our subsidiaries.
Qatar Cool one.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And have you made the payment for the Qatar Cool acquisition? Or you still have to make the payment?
No, khalas. We already made. We disclosed it by August 15th. Everything was done and dusted. PR changed, ownership changed. Now we own approximately 91% as UDC in Qatar Cool.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And it appears we have no further questions over the audio at this time. I'd like to turn the conference back for any additional remarks.
If there are no further questions, we'd like to thank UDC for the results update and look forward to speaking to you all for the final quarter results. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's conference call. Thank you for your participation. You may now disconnect.